In 1998, a South African courthouse had to be evacuated, not because of a bomb threat, not because of a fire, but because 7 witnesses, 2 lawyers, and a judge all saw the same thing.
A small, hairy creature sitting on the defendant's shoulder, whispering in his ear. The defendant was on trial for murder. His defense? The Tokoloshe made him do it.
The judge dismissed the case, not because he didn't believe it, but because he did.
There's something in South Africa that makes grown men sleep with bricks under their beds. Something that makes hospitals install special protective charms. Something that police officers write in their reports but never say out loud. The Tokoloshe isn't just a myth. It's a national secret that everyone knows, but nobody admits. This is the creature that the Zulu, Xhosa, and Soto people have feared for over 1,000 years. It's the reason why traditional healers make more money than doctors in some provinces. And it's the thing that Western science can't explain, but South African courts recognize as real. According to Southern African tradition, the Tokoloshe, or Tokoloshe, Tokoloshe, is not one thing, it's many things, all of them terrifying.
A dwarf-like creature, about 3 feet tall, covered in hair.
Has glowing red eyes and only 1 arm and 1 leg, but moves faster than any human. Can become invisible by drinking water or putting a pebble in its mouth. Has an enormous private part that it throws over its shoulder when running. Smells like death mixed with stagnant water. But here's what makes the Tokoloshe different from other demons. It's not wild. It's controlled. Sangomas, traditional healers, can summon it. Witches can send it. And once it's sent after you, only 3 things can stop it. Powerful muti, medicine, a Sangoma's protection, or death. Yours. The Tokoloshe predates colonization, Christianity, and written records in southern Africa.
Cave paintings from 2,000 years ago show small humanoid figures terrorizing villages. The San people, the oldest inhabitants of southern Africa, have a name for it: Gawa Bes, the evil thing that walks at night. When the Bantu migration brought the Zulu and Xhosa to southern Africa around 1000 CE, they already knew about the Tokoloshe. Different name, same terror. This wasn't cultural exchange. This was different peoples experiencing the same entity.
Dutch colonizers in the 1650s wrote about native hysteria over river demons. British soldiers in the 1800s reported that Zulu warriors who faced bullets without flinching would flee at rumors of a Tokoloshe. One British officer wrote, "They fear this creature more than they fear us. Perhaps they know something we don't?" The Tokoloshe doesn't just kill, it destroys. Here's what survivors report. The night visits. It enters your room at night. Doors and windows mean nothing.
You wake up unable to move, unable to scream, with something sitting on your chest. It whispers threats, drinks your breath, and leaves scratches that won't heal.
Western medicine calls it sleep paralysis. Victims call it torture. The S assaults. This is the part nobody wants to talk about. The Tokoloshe is known for S assaulting women in their sleep. Victims wake up with bruises, pain, and sometimes pregnancy. In 2011, a South African woman gave birth to a child after claiming Tokoloshe S assault.
The baby was born with a caul, a sign of supernatural conception. The hospital records were sealed. The possession. The Tokoloshe doesn't always attack from outside. Sometimes it enters you, makes you do things. In 2003, a man killed his entire family with an axe. In court, 7 witnesses testified they saw a small figure on his back, controlling his movements like a puppet. The man remembered nothing. He was found not guilty by reason of spiritual interference. The drowning. The Tokoloshe lives near water, rivers, dams, even swimming pools. It pulls children under but doesn't let them die quickly. Survivors describe being held underwater while something laughed. In 2019, 3 children drowned in a Johannesburg pool on the same day. Security footage showed them being pulled under by nothing. The pool was demolished. Pietermaritzburg High Court, September 1998. The case? State versus Mthembu. The charge? Murdering his employer. The defense? Tokoloshe possession. What happened next made legal history. The defendant's lawyer started convulsing, claiming something was choking him. Multiple witnesses pointed to an empty chair, screaming, "It's there! It's there!" Court stenographer's notes show 14 minutes of unintelligible screaming. The judge, Judge Willem Vandermerwe, stood up and said, "This court is adjourned due to supernatural interference."
Security footage from that day is missing. Officially corrupted, unofficially destroyed. The case was never retried. Mthembu was released to psychiatric care. He died 3 days later. The autopsy found water in his lungs, despite him being nowhere near water. The official cause of death? Unexplained drowning on dry land. You'd think electricity and smartphones would chase away ancient spirits. You'd be wrong. The Tokoloshe has evolved. The Mall of Africa incident 2016. South Africa's largest mall had to call in 12 sangomas after security guards refused to work night shifts. Why? CCTV kept capturing a small figure running through stores after closing. But here's the terrifying part. The figure only appeared on certain cameras, never the ones being watched live. It knew which screens had eyes on them. The WhatsApp murders, 2018. A string of suicides in KwaZulu-Natal were linked by one thing. Victims received a WhatsApp voice note of someone speaking in an unknown language. Linguists identified it as ancient Zulu, words that haven't been spoken in 500 years. The message, when translated, "The small one comes for you tonight." The phone number traced to a device that didn't exist. The load-shedding terror, 2019 to 2023. During South Africa's rolling blackouts, Tokoloshe sightings increased 400%, but not in rural areas, in cities, Johannesburg, Cape Town, Durban. The pattern? It appeared in neighborhoods exactly 3 minutes after power cuts. Police reports from this period are classified, but leaked documents mention mass hysteria events and coordinated hallucinations. One officer quit after writing, "It's not hysteria when everyone sees the same thing."
South African TikTokers started the hashtag Tokoloshe Summon Challenge, saying its name 3 times at midnight. 7 teenagers were hospitalized with identical symptoms: scratches and patterns, speaking backwards, and extreme hydrophobia, fear of water. TikTok banned the hashtag in South Africa only. Their statement mentioned user safety, but internal emails leaked by a whistleblower used the phrase metaphysical liability. The Tokoloshe isn't just a spiritual problem, it's a billion-rand industry. Tokoloshe insurance. Yes, this exists.
South African insurance companies offer supernatural protection policies. For 50 Rand to 500 Rand per month, they'll cover Sangoma consultations, protective muti, cleansing ceremonies, and even relocation if your home is spiritually compromised. In 2023, these policies generated 2.8 billion Rand. The companies won't discuss claim details, citing client confidentiality and spiritual sensitivity. The brick industry. Bricks under the bed, the traditional Tokoloshe defense.
Hardware stores in South Africa sell Tokoloshe bricks, special bricks blessed by Sangomas. Price: 25 Rand each. Regular bricks: 3 Rand. In townships, brick theft is common, but only certain bricks, the ones from under beds, because used protection is stronger protection. Corporate cleansings. Major corporations, including banks and mining companies, budget for cultural ceremonies. That's code for Tokoloshe protection. In 2021, a leaked Anglo-American document showed they spent 12 million Rand on metaphysical security. When asked, they said it was for employee wellness. Employees said it was because 5 miners saw a Tokoloshe underground and refused to return without protection. These are real accounts from people who agreed to speak only with voice distortion and hidden identities.
Sarah, Cape Town, 2019. It started with dreams. A small man standing at my bed, just watching. Then I'd wake up with bruises, handprints on my thighs. My boyfriend accused me of cheating. I went to a Sangoma who told me someone at work had sent it. She gave me muti to wash with. That night, I heard it screaming outside my window. It couldn't enter anymore. 3 days later, my coworker, the one who always seemed jealous, passed away in her sleep. The autopsy found water in her lungs. Thomas, Johannesburg, 2021. I'm a paramedic. We got called to a house. Child having seizures. When we arrived, the child was floating, not jumping, floating, 2 feet off the ground, horizontal. The mother was screaming about Tokoloshe. My partner ran. I stayed. I saw it, in the corner, like a shadow but solid, small, hairy, laughing. I threw my medical bag at it and grabbed the child. We left. I didn't file a report. What would I say? Anonymous police officer, Durban, 2023. We don't write Tokoloshe in reports anymore. We write unknown intruder or suspect not apprehended. But we know. When you find a victim drowned in their bed, no water source nearby, scratches and patterns that match no animal, you know. The station keeps Muti in the evidence room, not as evidence, as protection, because some evidence follows you home. If you're in South Africa, or anywhere the Tokoloshe might reach, here's what traditional wisdom says. Protection methods. Bricks under the bed raises you above its reach. It can't jump high. Salt and water at doorways creates a barrier it won't cross. Impepo, sacred herb, burning. The smoke repels it. Mirror facing the door. It fears its own reflection. Keep a torch burning. Not electric, real fire. It only moves in full darkness. Warning signs, you're targeted. Dogs bark at nothing, then whimper and hide. Water in your house turns black or smells rotten. You wake up at exactly 3:33 a.m. for multiple nights. Children in your house start speaking to the small man. Your dreams become violent and sexual simultaneously. If you see it, do not make eye contact. It locks your soul. Do not speak to it. Your voice gives it power over you. Do not run. It's faster than you. Do call a Sangoma immediately. Do leave the area calmly but quickly. Here's what they don't want you to know. The Tokoloshe isn't staying in South Africa. Immigration, globalization, the internet, it's spreading. 2020, London. 3 South African families reported Tokoloshe attacks. British police dismissed it as cultural delusion until officers saw it themselves. The cases were transferred to a special unit that officially doesn't exist. 2022, New York. A Zulu student at Columbia University was found dead in his dorm room, drowned, no water source. His roommate had footage of something small entering their room at 3 a.m. The university called it a gas leak hallucination and sealed the room permanently. 2024, Sydney. An entire apartment building of South African expats was evacuated after 12 residents reported the same small, hairy creature in the hallways. Australian media was banned from reporting it under public safety laws. The Tokoloshe goes where its people go, and with the South African diaspora spreading globally, so is it. That scratching at your window, that shadow in your peripheral vision, that dream that felt too real, maybe it's nothing. Or maybe something followed someone home, and now it knows where you live. Like if you're checking under your bed tonight. Subscribe if you want the truth about what's really out there. And turn on notifications, because some stories find you, whether you want them or not. And remember, the Tokoloshe isn't bound by geography anymore. It's bound by belief. And now that you know about it, it knows about you.